Trump's sentencing in hush money case is postponed until September.
Nghệ. Many targets achieved quite well in the first 6 months of the year.
Removing difficulties for export and import businesses.
Hello everyone, you are watching today's news on NTV channel. My name is Đăng. Let's get started. A judge in New York has delayed Donald Trump's sentencing for hush money until September to review the Supreme Court's decision on immunity.
The U.S. postponement of the sentencing hearing took place one day after the U.S. Supreme Court announced that Mr. Trump was entitled to immunity from civil service. The ruling made the case of Special Prosecutor Jack Smith prosecuting Mr. Trump for conspiring to overturn the results of the 2020 U.S. presidential election unclear and making it almost impossible for Mr. Trump to be tried before the election in November. On May 30th, a jury in Manhattan found former President Trump guilty of 34 counts of falsifying business records to hide the $130,000 his former lawyer paid to adult film actress Stormy Daniels before the 2016 election in order not to affect Mr. Trump's race for the White House in 2016.
Major South Korean media have extensively covered economic and trade cooperation between Vietnam and Korea during Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính official visit to Korea from June 30th to July 3rd.
South Korean media outlet Newsis highlighted measures to promote bilateral trade towards the target of 150 billion United States dollars, 207 trillion won by 2030. Newsis also mentioned that the two countries signed dozens of cooperation agreement documents in many fields. Meanwhile, site mk.co.kr said that, since the relationship between the two countries was upgraded to a comprehensive strategic partnership in 2022, this business forum is designed to further strengthen demand. Connecting economic cooperation between the two countries. Assessing the scope and level of trade and investment cooperation between the two countries, Chosun Ilbo newspaper said that currently, the total investment of Korean businesses investing in Vietnam up to 87 billion United States dollars. Yonhap news agency said that during this visit to Korea, Vietnamese Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh had talks with major Korean businesses. Recently, the Vietnamese government has actively worked to attract investment in the semiconductor industry.
At the regular meeting in June, the standing committees of Nghe provincial party committees concurred with their assessment that economic growth remains steady, with notable achievements in 5 key areas: industrial growth, exports, revenue, disbursement of public investment capital, and investment attraction.
In the first 6 months of the year, the growth rate of gross product in Nghệ An province is estimated at 6.76%, ranking 3rd in the north-central region and 26th in the country, higher than the same period last year. Budget revenue reached nearly 13 trillion Vietnamese dongs. Nghệ An has implemented many solutions to improve the business investment environment, attract investment and support business development. By June 15, 39 new projects were granted, 77 others were adjusted, with a total capital of nearly 17 trillion Vietnamese dongs. Compared to the same period last year, total new investment capital increased 1.14 times. Regarding the tasks for the last 6 months of the year, the province will continue to promote the environment to attract investment, organize a conference to remove difficulties in labor recruitment, focus on disbursement of public investment capital, well prepare conditions for key projects of the province.
Coming up next are some updated news.
At least 121 people were killed in a stampede that occurred at a religious event in Uttar Pradesh state, northern India. According to police reports, about 250,000 people gathered at the temple. This event is 3 times the capacity allowed by the authorities. The stampede occurred when a crowd of devotees started pushing towards the stage after the event to touch the preacher, who was coming down. Witnesses said the exit was too narrow, and when people were leaving, a fierce dust storm led to confusion and panic, causing many people to become trampled. Most of the victims were women and children. Currently, authorities have not identified the individuals who organized this ceremony.
Taking advantage of the situation where many customers struggle with biometric authentication, fraudsters have impersonated bank employees to assist in biometric installation. Therefore, the bank warns customers to absolutely not click on the link. Do not provide information, account security, digital banking services, login name, password, OTP code, card services, card number, OTP code, account information or any banking service security information, other personal information, and do not share personal information, banking service information, or transaction information to social networks to avoid being taken advantage of by scammers.
A ceremony was held at the Ariana Convention Center, Da Nang, on Tuesday to open the second Da Nang Asian Film Festival in 2024. The second Da Nang Asian Film Festival includes 13 films competing in the Asian Film Competition category, 10 films competing in the Vietnamese Film Competition category, and 40 films in categories including Cinema Vietnamese Photos Today, French Cinema Focus, film series directed by Đăng, Nhận, film series about Da Nang, Baran documentary series. The jury at the film festival is famous domestic and international filmmakers, directors, and artists. At the opening ceremony, for the first time in Vietnam, the film festival's organizing committee awarded the Film Achievement Award to outstanding filmmaker, director, people's artist Đăng, Nhận.
In the first half of 2024, the total value of goods exported and imported through Nghệ An Customs Department increased by more than 50% compared to the same period last year. To meet annual goals and assist businesses, it's crucial to address logistic infrastructure issues effectively and streamline import and export procedures.
Although the number of enterprises is not many, the import-export turnover of the foreign direct investment sector and the sectors with foreign invested enterprises still account for over 32% of the total turnover of the whole country. However, there are still many problems with specialized management and inspection procedures for import and export goods. Seaport infrastructure and tax refund documents still have many shortcomings, affecting import-export businesses.
Customs procedures have also become more convenient. However, there are many new points and adjustments in importing goods and components that need to be removed. Especially the transportation system and seaports in export need to be improved so that we can export quickly and reduce costs.
In the first 6 months of the year, the total import-export turnover of businesses carrying out procedures at Nghệ and Customs Department was $2.22 billion, an increase of 53% over the same period. This year, the province set an export target of over $3 billion. In particular, the province is emerging as a new capital for electronic component production, attracting 5 technology giants. Therefore, inadequacies related to export procedures and taxes are also being focused on being resolved by all levels of industry, especially the customs industry.
Export and company procedures still have problems, slowing down delivery progress. The direct public route to Kuala Lumpur port is still infrequent. We hope that the agency will create favorable conditions for shipping lines to regularly export directly from Kuala Lumpur port to save time.
We have strongly directed units to create maximum favorable conditions according to the provisions of law for businesses to quickly carry out customs clearance.
Import-export activities currently have many favorable opportunities. However, Many issues related to freight rates, price competition pressure, and green standards are posing many challenges. Therefore, in addition to the efforts and adaptation of businesses, issues related to customs procedures, logistic infrastructure, seaports, construction of raw material areas. If not improved promptly, it will reduce the import-export capacity and competitiveness of enterprises.
This is the end of the show today. Thank you for watching.